Good evening. Hello, hello, hello. I'm back in England, so I could safely leave out the the bilingual greeting. Here we are, Puzzle Combat again. There is much a-doing, that's transpiring. So there's a few things to talk about today. The main purpose is to talk about the key question of, not the Halloween calendar. Remember, claim your free gifts. They're always worth claiming because they're free. Free is good. Is the Nights of Fright seasonal event, and the key question of, is it worth doing the Nights of Fright seasonal event? And we'll come to that in a moment. Before we come to that, let's just have a quick look at the Nights of Fright heroes and do some summoning, because I've got a few summons stored up. Let's do my daily summon. Let's see how we go. Daily summon. Boom! Rubbish. Never mind. I've got two. Keep trying my luck, because sometimes I don't know if it's true. I believe you can sort of get a good run of summons, maybe, I don't know, specific times. I'm not sure it works. Anyway, we're going to have a very quick look at the not master weapon, some of the seasonal summon heroes. So we've got Groll. Reduced Full Moon Fury, reduce the charge of all enemies by 15%, which is quite useful as a... will be quite useful for the raid tournaments, like particularly tanks and things like that. What's his charge speed average? So especially on like rapid mana ones. All enemies gain minus 24 attack for all 4 turns. Task gets taunt. Yeah, so a very good tank actually. Could be really quite a dangerous tank, I would think, on a 4-star event. So he'd be a nice one to have. Ichika. She doesn't look well. Well from Beyond. 415 health for caster. Nearby allies get 34% attack, 34% defense. Nearby fallen allies chance 60% to be revived as a ghoul. Yeah, revival's always probably quite reasonable. Could see how you'd be unusual. Blair, goth chick, gotta like that. Well, you don't have to like that. Maybe what I'm saying is I quite like that. But anyway, let's not go there. Hex Incantation deals 260 damage to target, deals 80 additional damage against armour. Target receives 368 over 2 turns. Blazer. So it can spread the fire. No, I think that's okay. Not amazing. Damage over time is pretty good, though. So, yeah, no, that's pretty good. Strawman. Oh, hello. Strawman, back you come. Right. Strawman, Reaver Sweep. 220 damage to the target and nearby enemies. Damage is increased by 13% for each dead enemy. Summons a crow minion. Minions can always be quite handy, so yeah, that's not too bad. Crow minions are always useful. And then we've got Face Off, who's taking his game of hockey way too seriously. Slashing penalty deals charge speed is slow. 350 damage to the target. Minor damage to nearby enemies. Heals the caster. Target can't gain charge for 3 turns. Again, probably quite useful, especially on fast mana raid tournaments. So he'd be one I'd look at on fast mana raid tournaments. So I've got 15 regular summons, so let's do a 10 one and see how we go. I don't often do 10 pulls. Oh, good Groll. There we are, good start. Groll, I'll take him. Jonah, Strawman. Oh, there we are, 2 of them. Well, I can't complain about this. 2 out of 2 of them is fine, even though I don't get any others. I probably won't by the look of things. Catalina, Rana, Rashan. Yeah, so that's a couple that are going to be useful for my 4-star raid tournaments, certainly. So I'll take them, and then I've got 5 left to do. I may as well do them now because I can't be doing with saving things up for Christmas. Lottie, Kayla, a few 4 stars, no 5 stars coming through by the look of things. Tila, last 2. Bomb, Quan, and to finish off, Laszlo. I may as well do 1 more because I've got gold, and I'm going to call it a day. Ingrid. I thought Ingrid might have been my lucky last one. There we are. It goes to show how it goes. So there we are. Groll and Strawman, who I think both of them will be quite useful for a 4-star raid tournament, so I will probably get them leveled up, so that's pretty handy. Now, the big question, though, is the event itself worth doing? So let's have a very quick look at this. Now, the first thing I have to say is obviously it's not... well, it is timed, but you've got like 30 days, so it's not a hurry to get to it. Built for War, as you can see up there, has only got 1 day, 12 hours to go. And I've got 5 missions to do. So those will be my priorities for now. We'll be finishing off those ones far more than worrying about Nights of Fright. I have done videos on Built for War. I can probably do another one if people are interested. Or if there's anything else you want a video on in the comments, do let me know. Nights of Fright. So Nights of Fright is played out, basically, to me, it is kind of like farming that's marginally more expensive than farming, but you get some guaranteed items. So if you're doing easy, so I mean, basically these things, oh, you can get some fresh water. Woo. I don't know how much fresh water I have. You get that as a bonus. So you get your normal low end crafting materials and then 8 water, but it's only 3 world energy. So I tend to just sort of whiz my way through easy. And you will find, like most of them, let's just quickly do this. I know I said it's not my priority, but it's just breakout video here. They don't take a huge amount of time. That was a pointless move. The pumpkin bombs aren't particularly troublesome. Actually, I can't even remember what the pumpkin bombs do now. What do they do? Was it kept expecting them to go off and blow me up, but they don't seem to be doing that. What's we got going on up here? That's right. Once I've blown up enough pumpkin bombs, something happens. So let's blow up 2 more pumpkin bombs. Oh, that's right. Yeah, so the pumpkin bombs are all good. There's no bad things to them, so that's always quite handy. May as well just blow the next one now. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. And it is... So you can see it's not exactly taxing the speed of my heroes. You don't get to replay the missions on this, unlike the challenge events. So once it's done, it's done. There's no point in worrying about how fast you're doing it. Quite a lot of the time, I do it on auto. Missions like this, I just put it onto auto and just let it play out, and just collect the bits at the end. So as you'll see, you get a few of the sort of normal items. So aerospace materials that come up once in a while, rare material, phosphorus, and then the bonus ones which are listed at the start. Now, obviously, for the first load, the items are a bit rubbish. Then once you get a little bit further, you start getting a few sort of battle items. They're not amazing. And then lastly, at the end, on easy, you get an epic weapon ticket, which is always handy. And you get the Growl avatar, which is, you can only get through completing the event. So the avatar, if you like avatars, unless you've already completed Nights of Fright, it's the only way you're going to get there. Normal, meanwhile, now the battle items are therefore that bit better. So you can get like a flame bomb here. You get Straw Man avatar there. Some higher end items. And your higher end Ascension item is a wrist computer, which is sort of promotional material you may need. They're certainly not one you can easily farm, so they're worth probably going for. And again, another avatar. And then on advanced, the world energy shoots up. Now the world energy is expensive, but then you get in. I mean, further down the line, I would say it is worth doing because you're getting 10 of these. What do you call it? Emblems. Now, 10 emblems for like 10 world energy. If you think that the emblem quests, the mission which gets you 7 emblems is 20 world energy. So actually, in terms of emblems, it's a pretty good return rate on those. Again, you've got the wrist computer there. You've got a few some of the battle items are okay. Basically, what I would say is I personally would recommend trying to complete the seasonal event. I would try and complete it without using much in the way of battle items. If possible, none at all, or just the low end ones. So don't use anything that's going to be expensive. So don't use your tactical resets. Don't use your high end. What do we call it? I'm trying to think of the words for them now. Like the Chrono Blasters. Trying to avoid using them. Try not to use the shock grenades that destroy a ton of enemies. You can see that they're getting a bit tougher now, but they're still not going to be super tough. By this wave, I can put my own shield charge thing up here. Haven't really got going all that much yet. I might end up using this is on the hard stage. As you can see, cause, I mean, I've been playing for long enough that it's not too hard for me. But there are some items that are on here that are worth getting, even if you're relatively new. There are some very handy battle items, and that's generally what it comes down to: is getting hold of the good battle items that you really need to continue. Let's just kill off. Oh, did they all miss? Oh, that was handy. Sometimes. I know I'm a big fan of Blunderbuss, but sometimes when all of her tiles miss, it's very frustrating. So that I can blow the pumpkin bomb, boom, 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 blow the red one, clears a big chunk. There we are, another wave down. Let's fire these guys up. Tiles going left, right, centre. There we are. So you can see it's not super easy, but nor is it super hard. Not sort of, my heroes are wounded, but they're not. I haven't taken a healer. Crockett's a bit of he puts an armor on, which is effectively healing. There's Grohl's special skill. You can see there I was tapping away at the use the special power button, and of course it wasn't there, which is the beauty of a hero or a hero who knocks mana back, makes them very useful. Definitely useful heroes to have. And there we are. Should all be over by... Oh, no, the tile's missing again. There we go. Finally. So it's all over. Grohl dead. Everybody's dead. Everybody's happy. Yay, etc., etc. This time I get an extra hand grenade. Well, that's not that exciting for the amount of world energy I spent on it, for 9 world energy. But then by the time you get to mission 11, that's when you start getting the emblems. Mission 10 is probably worth 10 energy for a wrist computer. So yeah, I would argue it probably is worth doing, but I would also say don't hurry it. Just sort of use it instead of any farming of the map stages that you would normally do. And that is all I would recommend using it for. I wouldn't necessarily go mad, like if you're playing at the sort of level where it starts getting really tricky. These items are not really worth the worth spending loads and loads and loads of battle items on, or loads of gold to replay missions. It's just not going to be necessary, frankly. Get as far into it as you can to get the items that are useful for you. Sometimes there are sort of random items that I run short of. I don't know if any of them are particularly here. Batteries, so I'm often running low on batteries. They're quite handy to have. These circuit boards, because they go into a lot of the bombs. Weirdly for me, or at least I say weirdly, I'm very often running out of gunpowder, which is only a 1-star thing, but I use it in tactical resets for quite a lot of the time. So I do tend to run short on that as well. So there's certainly some items that are worth doing that extra little bit of farming for. And there we are. So now I'm just going to go away and enjoy my brand new shiny Grohl and Strawman, who, as I say, I think I will be using on 4-star tournaments when they do come up. Where we are, Grohl. You have Mr. Grohl. Let's put a thing on him so I don't accidentally eat him. And Strawman. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I think they could make a welcome addition to the team. Anyway, there we are. So I hope there was something useful in there for everyone. As I say, this is one of my more sort of advisory-based videos. And it is only my opinion. It's one of those things that Nights of Fright, you may decide the world energy is you're better off just doing regular farming. It's kind of depend on what your priorities are, I guess, and what returns you want. But I would say that for the emblems, it's probably worth it. In many ways, the ones that are actually less worth doing are probably the normal ones, with the exception probably. But then, 8 world energy for epic hero ticket's worth it. The rest of them, questionable, really, I would have said. Anyway, there we go. So I hope that was in some way useful and inspiring and whatever else. Good luck with the Halloween event, and for anybody else who's competing on it, good luck for the Built for War event. It just remains for me to say, please do remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I do try and reply to posts. I'm not amazing at it, I know that, but I do try and get back to everyone with an update. And thank you very much for watching. It just remains for me to say, may death come swiftly to your enemies. All the best. Goodbye. Farmer Ben signing off.